going on.
Thank you so much.
Feel like $1 million.
Shout out TMZ, you up?
Let me check out that rig.
TMZ stands for the Mayweather Zone.
How'd you find me, bro? I got my disguise on.
I love my TMZ family.
Welcome to TMZ Sports. I'm Mike Babcock with my guy, as always, Mojo Superman Mutati Mojo. We're going to start with the NBA Summer League back in action. It feels like we just had the NBA Finals, Mojo, but nope. New season is here already, and we had Thursday night what was probably the most highly anticipated NBA Summer League in the history of the Summer League, Mojo. It pitted Bronny James, of course, LeBron James' son, versus Cooper Flagg, the #1 overall pick in this year's NBA draft, Mojo, and a guy who a lot of people around this NBA believe is going to be a bona fide superstar. Now, on the floor, on the court, Mojo, I don't think it went great for either players last night, especially not for Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg ended up scoring 10 points, fine, but he shot horribly, Mojo. He was 5 for 21 from the field. Honestly, that's the one thing that, if there's been criticism of Cooper, it has been that he is not a great shooter, and he, I guess, lives up to the billing in Game 1 yesterday, Mojo. So that's something that he obviously is going to have to improve as he goes along here with his NBA career. But bottom line is he's a good player. He still grabbed 6 rebounds, had 4 assists in 32 minutes of action. As for Bronny James, Bronny was a little bit more efficient, I suppose. Although not too much. Bronny James ended up scoring 8 points. Mojo 2 for 8 shooting. Grabs 2 rebounds, 2 assists in just 21 minutes. The game came down to a last-second shot, Mojo. It was 87-85. The Mavs were up. Bronny James said, "Clear out. I got this." Did he make it? Did he miss? Watch this.
Bronny off the screen, gets the switch. 5 on the clock. Little bank work. Pulls the 3. A little bit strong, comes off out of bounds. The horn goes.
So there was Mojo. He settled for a very, very deep 3, a difficult 3 that hits the back iron there, does not go in. It would have obviously been, with that deep 3, it would have been a game winner, but was not to be, Mojo. And despite the bad shooting to start his NBA career, Cooper Flagg's Mavericks, they're 1-0 during the Summer League, at least. Not that matters for much.
Not that matters very much. But it matters a little bit, right? If you're Cooper Flagg and you're the #1 overall pick, it's your first foray into the pros. Yeah. It's hard to call it that too, right? It's the Summer League. This is like glorified practice, but you can still discern a lot about a player and how they're handling scrimmages, essentially. And this wasn't that great. Luckily, like you said, it doesn't really matter that much as long as he kicks it into gear once the season officially starts. Of course, when the season officially starts, you're going to have much better players on the court at all times. You're not going to have a situation likely where Bronny James is going for the game winner and the ball is in his hands, right? But this is great practice for both of them. Like you said, not the best showing, not sure who this maybe was worse for. Cooper Flagg coming in as the #1 overall pick. He's supposed to be the guy replacing Luka in Dallas. A lot of extra hype on him surrounding that move. Everybody's expecting him to just more or less seamlessly replace one of the NBA's greatest players. Or is there more pressure on Bronny coming in? This isn't his first year. He's been there for a bit. Yeah. He's been through summer leagues and full seasons and training, and his dad and being able to work with him every single day.
They said it was probably the hottest summer league game ever, and I think the ticket prices show that, Mojo. You had some tickets. First of all, they were selling on average for over $220. That's a lot of money for a summer league game. You had lower bowl tickets that were going for in excess of $1,000. You had courtside seats going for over $3,000. This is not an NBA Finals game, right? But this is a summer league game. So it goes to show the interest, and that's a good thing for the NBA. It's a good thing for Bronny. It's a good thing for Cooper Flagg. Now, real quick, Mojo, before we move on, obviously after the game, Cooper Flagg met with the media where he discussed his first NBA action.
Not up to my standard.
I'm gonna regroup. I'm gonna be all right. It's a new feeling, new environment, new teammates. But the guys held it down. Miles, Ryan, they were amazing tonight. Max, and they were great tonight. So they had my back. I didn't have my best game, but I'm gonna just keep going forward.
How would you say this kind of game compares to the college game?
It's just a different game. Different pace, different feel, different spacing. It's a lot of adjustments, but we'll be all right.
All right, Mojo, moving on, but we're going to stick right here with the NBA. A guy, honestly, that Cooper Flagg and Bronny James could only hope to have a career like Klay Thompson. That's who we're going to talk about, Mojo. There's been a lot of talk about Klay Thompson and whether or not he was dating Meg Thee Stallion, Mojo. Now, there were some reasons to believe that, yes, in fact, that they were seeing one another. And then the other day, Mojo, Meg Thee Stallion posted a photograph. And if you just look on its face, at first at least, it might seem like, it's just her lounging by the pool. Well, you look in the background of this photograph, Mojo, and, okay, so there's Meg. She looks great. Hard to see anything else because she looks so great. But look right there. We've obviously zoomed in here, Mojo. That's Klay Thompson, Mojo. And we can report here at TMZ Sports, they are, in fact, dating each other. So you've got this guy who is going to be a Hall of Famer, has won, who knows, 1 million championships. He's one of the best three-point shooters ever. And now he has got himself a massively popular girlfriend, Mojo, one of the biggest forces in all of music, really. I know we've talked a lot about Cardi B and Stephon Diggs. This is every bit as big a relationship, maybe even bigger.
Yeah, filling that void. Also filling the non-existent void of Tom Brady and Sofia Vergara, who are not dating. There was absolutely an opening there. We needed one, too, because, we've been talking about Kelsey and Swift for what feels like a decade at this point. So here you go, man. This one's cool. I mean, hey, Meg Thee Stallion, I know Meg. Meg is great. I was with her last year at the Crunchyroll Awards in Tokyo over there with Mercedes Moné and some goofy-looking dude in a suit.
I will say, though, Mojo, as happy as I am for Klay and Meg, I'm a little bummed because some of my favorite moments over the years here at TMZ Sports have involved Klay and his, his constant need to be around beautiful women, and he's pretty good at it, Mojo. So you go back to 2016, almost a decade ago, Mojo, as Klay was in LA playing basketball. He ended up after the game, he goes to Warwick nightclub and ultimately gets into an SUV. It was like a clown car, Mojo, but instead of clowns, it was just all hot women. God love him there for that. That looked fun, Mojo. You go back to 2015, so a year prior, he was in Vegas. You can maybe see Klay somewhere in the middle there. There were women twerking all over the place. Also looked like a whole lot of fun. And then, Mojo, Meg, not the first celebrity relationship, or at least the first celebrity that he has been linked to, because he was linked to actress Isa Gonzalez, who is now actually dating a very famous and talented tennis player. But her and Klay were linked together too, Mojo. So I guess if the Meg Thee Stallion thing doesn't work out, I don't think he's going to have trouble finding a new girlfriend, Mojo. But I hope it does. Coming up next on TMZ Sports, we've got an exclusive interview with NFL legend Randy Moss. Randy was diagnosed with cancer last year. He's opening up about the battle and his return to television for Week 1 of the upcoming NFL season. That's next. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike Babcock here. The NFL season is so close, and watching football is going to be a little bit better this season. Somebody who was missing for last year, of course, was the great Randy Moss, who we are so lucky to have here with us right now. Randy, thank you so much. How are you? How are you feeling? And are we getting back to work?
Hey, Michael, what's happening, TMZ? Appreciate y'all having me, man. Yeah, everything is well, man. I'm just being able to down here in Miami and Biscayne Boulevard, just hosting the the grand opening of my Crispy's chicken store down here in Miami. So, you know, it's been a while. We opened up in January, but, you know, with the cancer scare and everything, I just had to get back healthy. That I was physically able to come down here and open up the store myself. So, all is well. I'm actually here in the store right now working. I got my gloves on. I got my
you are working?
a couple fans out here ready to taste the food. So right now I'm doing a little PR and working at the same time. Got a couple right here beside me eating. So
No way.
got a sponsorship with the Miami Dolphins. Got a couple cheerleaders in here. So we're a little busy right now, Michael. But TMZ, I'll take a little time out for y'all.
So what is it looking like, Randy? Are we ESPN Sunday NFL Countdown? Is the plan to be back, obviously, when week 1 rolls around here?
Man, yeah, I look forward to it. You know, I miss my crew, you know, Greeny, Alex, Teddy, but I really didn't miss Rex Ryan much because he got on my nerves. So, Rex, if you're hearing this, I am coming back, so scoot over. So, but really, Michael, in all honesty, we have a great group of guys that I work with that I tremendously missed for 2 months, and ESPN accepted me back with open arms, man. I just can't wait for week 1 to get back up with the crew and talk football.
How hard was it, Randy, to have been out there with them and then to be forced away to deal with the health issues? How difficult was that for you to have to kind of sit at home and watch and be out there with your guys?
It was very difficult just being able to sit there every week and watch my team go out there perform, and I can't be with them. It's kind of like you know, I've been injured before. I've missed, I think the most time that I missed was maybe a month, not being out there with my team. And, you know, mine was 2 months. So, you know, that hurt. You know, it was an emotional roller coaster, but being able to see the support from the ESPN Sunday Countdown crew, the fans, the football fans, and just people in general, man, just you know, just showing their love and respect. So, you know, I thanked everybody for their love and their prayers. And, you know, it was tremendously, I really felt everything. I really felt all of it.
Did you hear from a lot of people who were inspired by your strength in fighting this horrible illness? And, you know, did you hear from a lot of people who were inspired?
Well, I got you know, to answer your question, man, I've just a lot of people from, you know, celebrities, musicians, you know, I remember just getting a text from Montel Jordan, just being able to open his phone lines up, just being able to hear, you know, different stories. You know, James Conner, you know, the running back, just hearing people's story and them just being able to open up their line to me.
How important was that to you, Randy, as you're going through this horrible journey? And it's difficult, I'm sure, at times. How like comforting was it to know you had people with you that were kind of walking alongside you?
Well, I just think that, you know, I had a lot of things that, you know, I had pending, you know, with my health as far as, you know, a workload. Like right now, I'm sitting here at the Crispies down here in Miami on Biscayne. You know, we opened up a store in January, but I was still, you know, battling my health. And today we're in July with, you know, with the grand opening. So it was just through, you know, through my doctors and, you know, through the prayers, you know, from the prayer warriors, the fans, my wife, my kids, been able to help me bounce back and, you know, to get down here. As you can see on my hat with the bird on here. We just down here slinging chicken, Michael.
Let me ask you this then. Justin Jefferson, in my mind, I don't know that there's anyone that anything that anyone could do to catch you. How do you view Justin? Obviously, as the Vikings being your franchise, Randy, and him being truly this absolutely amazing football player. I mean, is he on pace to be the best wide receiver in Vikings history at one point? I mean, what are the thoughts on Justin Jefferson and just what he's been able to do on that football field in just a couple of years?
Well, you know, first of all, big fan of Justin's, you know, and the reason why, because I've always been a fan of a complete football player where you can score from anywhere on the field, and Justin brings that to the table. I think when you look at the overall picture of how they changed the game, you know, you done added a game, you done take the less runs out the game, so you're throwing the ball. For him to go down as the greatest, you know, Viking and arguably the greatest wide receiver to ever do it, I think I need to see more of Justin getting in that box, because I think I heard Chris Carter talking the other day about somebody calling him underrated, but he's fourth all time at getting in that end zone. So I think at our position is not about the yards. The yards is what gets you the likes and the hearts and all of that. But if you want to really be legendary, this is speaking for all wide receivers, not just Justin Jefferson. You got to find ways to get in that end zone and bring the fans out of the stands, up out of their seats. So, but to answer your question, Michael, I think Justin Jefferson is on pace to be arguably the greatest ever and definitely the greatest Viking to ever do it.
Amazing, Randy. I'll let you get back to work. You got to share some of that chicken with us, though, at some point here, because now I'm hungry.
Appreciate it, TMZ.
Thanks, Randy.
You got it.
Coming up next on TMZ Sports, Javonte Tank Davis arrested for domestic violence after an alleged incident on Father's Day. It's ugly stuff. We'll tell you what allegedly went down next. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, Javonte Tank Davis is, without question, one of the most exciting and one of the most dangerous men in a boxing ring. But boy, does he seem to find trouble, Mojo. Javonte Davis, we learned this morning, we put this up on the TMZ Sports website, was arrested on Friday, today, in Miami for domestic violence, Mojo. Now, obviously has not been convicted. He's presumed innocent, but here's what we now know. Now, this incident happened on Father's Day. So it happened last month in June, allegedly, Mojo. Tank Davis was going to pick up his children at the mother's house. Obviously, somebody who he once had a relationship with. They are no longer together. Mojo, the woman says, and she told police all this is all from a police report, that when Tank got there, they somehow, some reason, got into a verbal argument. The verbal argument turned physical, and the woman says that Tank hit her in the back of the head and then slapped her in the face. She says she was able to basically get away from him, to call her mom. Her mom came out. Ultimately, they both went their separate ways. She reported this to cops, Mojo. They took a report. She sought medical attention. And a couple of weeks later, again, just today, earlier today, Miami police were able to find him around the city, actually using one of those license plate readers. They found his car, popped that he had a warrant. They pull him over. They put him in to handcuffs, and they haul him off to jail. And now Javonte Davis is, for at least the third time, facing a domestic violence charge, in addition to some other arrests that he's had over the years. But again, Butch, he's a terrific fighter. I mean, he's as good as it comes in the ring, but you also got this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, incredible fighter for sure. You got to make sure that doesn't spill into your personal life, of course, because those hands are registered lethal weapons, you know. You hate that this happened. You hate that this happened in front of the kids. You hate that it happened on Father's Day, which should be a very special day with your children. I mean, I can appreciate, right, that maybe if you have an ex-girlfriend and you're, you know, sharing custody of children, like that can't be the easiest thing, and you're probably going to have a lot of disagreements. I gotta think that, you know, parenting even in a happy household isn't always the easiest thing with differences of opinions, but this isn't the way. I mean, of course, innocent until proven guilty. Got to see what happened. I'm sure Tank has his own side of the story, which could be completely different than what she's saying, and we've found that to be exactly the case in the past. So you can never get too far ahead of yourself until you know what happened here. But still, I mean, what's being said, absolutely terrible. You can't have it. You know, getting hit in the back of the head and that occipital lobe, that is one of the most dangerous places to get hit, especially with someone with his strength. That can kill very easily. So that's never something that you should be, you know, allowing to happen.
What do you get when you mix soccer and boxing? Well, you get the TMZ Sports Video of the Week. You did not want to miss this. Absolute insanity. Next on TMZ Sports. Welcome back to TMZ Sports. Mike and Mojo. Mojo, it's time for the TMZ Sports Video of the Week. And I'll tell you what, we've had some good videos this week, Mojo. So this one, you know, is going to be great. Let's go, Mojo. And obviously, there's a lot going on in this part of the world. So we obviously hope everybody is as safe as they could possibly be. Maybe not so much playing this sport. There is a sport mojo. I remember back in high school, a lot of the football players, they make fun of the soccer players, say it was basically it was like a kind of a weak sport and it wasn't tough. And if you wanted to be a tough guy, you play football. Well, they have not seen this version of soccer mojo because this is going down in Kremenchuk, Ukraine. It's soccer, but it's soccer and the, oh my.
Damn.
The competitors wear boxing gloves and they punch and kick each other in the face, mojo, and all over the place. But there's also a ball and they try and score goals, but they also knock the hell out of each other. So I kind of like this. I'm kind of here for this version of soccer. Oh,
I am too. And, that's what that guy gets for being tough and not putting headgear on, because I've noticed that everybody else has headgear. So I don't know if that's a flex. Like, that's the dude that when you're playing pickup basketball says, I don't call foul ever, if that's the equivalent of that in this sport. But this is serious. Kind of want to play it. I'm a little intrigued here, man. Like, do you go for the ball? Do you just want to knock someone out? Getting shades of hockey here, right? Where just people cold cocking and checking people, and the brawl's not too far off from that. They do have protective gear after all this. They got gloves, they got kick pads, they got headgear. I like it. I mean, for me, it reminds me of knocker ball a little bit, except without the ball. I mean, I don't know if you've heard of that one, but at least in that one, you're in a protective hamster ball. This is outside of the ball, a little bit more physical. So I don't know. I like either game, I think, but I still got to try this one first before I can say for sure. I don't know. Maybe one kick to the face and I'll change my tune.
Yeah, and I think FIFA should look at this, mojo, and consider when the World Cup comes here that this is the soccer that we play. All right, we got to go, mojo.
For a better video game, that's for sure.
Can you imagine? Right, it's like UFC and FIFA combined. All right, we got to go, mojo. We're out of time. We got look. There's a bunch going down this weekend. We got a bunch to talk about on Monday. It's gonna be a great show.
That's right, Babcock. It will be. It will actually be the best show since today.
I'm a lawyer.